Before you give up, pause for a second, breathe. I know you're tired. I know you're hurting. I know you feel like the weight of the world is pressing down on your chest, making it harder to breathe, harder to think, harder to hope. But you're here. You pressed play. And that means some part of you, even the smallest part, and still believes, still wants to hold on, still wants to fight. So don't click away. Don't scroll past. Stay with me. Because this might be the moment that changes everything. Maybe you've reached that place, that lonely place where nothing makes sense anymore, where silence screams louder than your thoughts, where every door seems locked, where no one sees your pain, where you cry into your pillow because you're too tired to explain, where the idea of giving up doesn't feel dramatic anymore. It just feels quiet, peaceful, final. But before you let go, listen to this. You've been through so much already. You've faced storms that others would never survive, and yet here you are, still standing, still breathing, still fighting in your own quiet way. Don't let the pain of this chapter convince you that your story is over. Every person you admire, every success story you've ever heard, and they've all had moments like this. Moments where the world told them, you're not good enough. Moments where they doubted themselves. Moments where they thought, maybe it's just not meant to be. But they didn't stop. They kept going, and so can you. Let's be honest. Life isn't fair. Good people get hurt. Hard work doesn't always pay off right away. Kindness gets overlooked. Love gets rejected. Dreams get delayed. And sometimes the people you trusted the most are the ones who break you. It's easy to look around and think you're the only one struggling, that everyone else has it figured out. But that's a lie. We all wear masks. We all bleed behind smiles. We all carry invisible wounds. You're not weak for feeling this way. You're not broken because you want to give up. You're human. And being human means sometimes life hurts, but you are more than your pain, more than your past, more than this moment. Do you remember who you were before the world told you who to be? That child who believed they could fly? That dreamer who wasn't afraid to try? That soul who smiled without reason? They're still inside you, buried under the weight of expectation, rejection, failure, loss. But they're not gone. They're waiting for you to believe again. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't need a 5-year plan. You just need to take one more step. Just one. Even if you're crawling. Even if you're crying. Even if you're scared. Progress is progress. And healing isn't linear. Some days will feel like victory. Others will feel like defeat. But every breath you take, every tear you shed, every time you choose to stay instead of walk away, that's courage. That's strength. That's you. Refusing to be defined by your darkest days. Let me tell you something powerful. There's a version of you that's already proud of how far you've come. There's a future version of you, smiling, living, loving, succeeding. They exist, but you'll never meet them if you give up now. Think about all the things you'd miss, the people you haven't met yet, the places you haven't seen, the laughter you haven't shared, the dreams you haven't chased. There's so much life ahead of you, so much beauty waiting to unfold, so many reasons to stay, even if you can't see them now. But just because you can't see the sun during a storm doesn't mean it's gone. Pain is a powerful teacher. It shows you what matters. It reveals who's real. It strengthens your soul, but it's not your identity. You are not your depression. You are not your anxiety. You are not your trauma. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are light. You are love. You are potential. And the world needs your fire, even if it's just a flicker right now. So when you feel like giving up, give yourself a moment, not to quit, but to breathe, to cry, to scream if you have to feel everything deeply. Then wipe your tears, stand back up, and remind yourself of this. You've survived 100% of your worst days so far, and that makes you unstoppable. The greatest victories come after the hardest battles. The most inspiring stories come from the deepest pain, and the most beautiful people are those who chose to stay. When everything inside them said leave, you are becoming, you are transforming, you are rising. It doesn't matter if others see it. It matters that you keep moving. If no one told you lately, I'm proud of you for trying, for staying, for simply waking up this morning and choosing life. You may not see the results yet, but seeds grow in silence. Roots develop underground. The universe is preparing your next chapter. Trust it. Trust yourself. This isn't the end of your story. It's the plot twist. The moment you'll look back on and say, that was the day I almost gave up, but I didn't, and everything changed. So here's your reminder. You matter. You're enough, and you are not alone. There is someone out there, a stranger, a future friend, a future child, a future love, whose life will be better because you lived. Don't deny them that gift. Don't deny yourself that joy. Stay, fight, believe, even if it's hard, even if it's messy, even if all you can do today is survive, that's enough. Tomorrow will be better, and if not tomorrow, then the day after, or the day after that, but it will get better. It always does. If you just don't give up. Fade in gentle piano music. Close your eyes and breathe. Feel your heart still beating. That's purpose. That's proof. That's life. And life is waiting for you right outside the pain. So go take one more step. Give it one more try. You've got this. You were never meant to give up. You were born to rise. Soft fade out. Pause. If you needed this message, share it. You never know who else is on the edge waiting for a reason to stay.